Have you ever asked yourself why you always seem to attract the same type of person? That strange feeling of living the same story again and again, only changing the name and the face of the main character, but ending with the same predictable pain. It's like life pressed the replay button, and suddenly you find yourself trapped in the same song you're already tired of hearing. At first, it always feels different, doesn't it? A new look, a charming way of speaking, that immediate chemistry that makes your heart race. You whisper to yourself, finally, this is different. This time, it will work. But as the days go by, you begin to notice familiar signs, the same silence that cuts deeper than words, the same lack of care, the same aching feeling of not being enough. And then the question rises like a lump in your throat. Why does this keep happening to me? The truth is painful, but freeing. It's not only about the people who come into your life. It's about what you unconsciously attract and accept. It's as if your heart carries a broken compass, always pointing you back to the same direction of hurt. Often this pattern begins in your earliest experiences of love. If you grew up believing that love was equal to effort, to waiting, to proving your worth, then your heart recorded that belief as truth. And now, without realizing it, you seek to repeat that dynamic, because it feels familiar, and what is familiar feels safe, even if it's destructive. And here's the cruel twist. When someone genuinely good appears, someone consistent, someone respectful, someone who shows up without games, something inside of you rejects it. It feels boring, too calm, as if peace were emptiness and chaos meant passion. How many times have you pushed away a healthy person simply because you didn't feel that immediate spark? And how many times have you chased someone who was clearly unavailable simply because they seemed irresistible? That's how the cycle repeats itself. Pause here for a second. If you're still listening, if these words are making you think of your own story, then do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button right now, turn on the notifications, and drop a comment below. Share a little of your journey, because your story might be the exact mirror someone else needs to see today. Together, we can build a community of healing and truth. Now let's go deeper. Attracting the same type of person is like walking around with an open wound. Untreated wounds call out for the same kind of pain. It's as if your mind whispers, if I relive this again, maybe this time I'll fix the past. But the truth is, you don't fix the past by repeating it. You only prolong the hurt. Imagine just for a moment that your heart is a house. If the foundation of that house was built on abandonment, rejection, or neglect, then anyone who touches those wounds will feel oddly familiar. But familiar does not mean healthy. Familiar only means you've been there before. Here's the turning point. You don't have to keep living in that same emotional house. You can rebuild. You can choose to renovate brick by brick with new beliefs and new standards. You can learn to notice the red flags before the hurt comes again. Red flags like someone who only shows up when they need you but vanishes when you need them. Someone who makes you feel smaller, insecure, unseen rather than valued. Someone who brings more anxiety than peace into your life. These aren't normal parts of love. They are warning signs, signals that you're about to repeat the same cycle again. And yes, breaking free is not simple. It's like learning how to walk all over again. But every time you choose not to answer that late-night call you know will hurt you, every time you decide not to play the emotional games, every time you whisper to yourself, I deserve more than this, you are reprogramming your heart. Deep down, isn't that what you really want? A love that isn't a battlefield, but a partnership. A love that isn't empty, but fulfilling. A love that doesn't cage you, but sets you free. And let me remind you of something powerful. When you begin to heal, you don't just change your love life, you change the way you see yourself. Because the truth is, it's not about finding someone better. It's about becoming someone who no longer tolerates less than they deserve. So pause for just a second, take a deep breath, and if these words are touching you, write this in the comments right now. I choose to break the cycle. Write it, declare it. Let this be your first public promise to yourself. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment. Subscribe now, because together we are creating a space where love is not about pain, but about growth, healing, and real connection. Now let me tell you something extraordinary. When you change inside, your entire energy changes. New people begin to approach you. You start noticing things you used to ignore. What once seemed irresistible begins to lose its shine, and what once felt boring suddenly feels safe, warm, and alive. Peace has a beauty that only someone who lived in chaos can truly appreciate. But don't misunderstand. The cycle won't break just because a new person shows up. The cycle breaks only when you decide, daily, to look within and to say no to everything that no longer matches your essence. It's a choice, a brave choice. It's refusing to return to the very thing that already destroyed you. It's stopping the romanticization of pain. And when you stop glorifying pain, something amazing happens. You discover that real love is not loud, not manipulative, not unstable. Real love doesn't make you beg, doesn't leave you in doubt, doesn't demand constant sacrifice to prove you're worthy. Real love is steady. Real love is clear. Real love is peaceful, yet profoundly alive. So hold on to this truth. Do not confuse intensity with love. Do not confuse drama with passion. Do not confuse crumbs of attention with genuine care. Because love, real love, brings clarity, not confusion. You deserve a love that doesn't make you beg for messages. You deserve a love that doesn't need endless excuses. You deserve a love that doesn't break you, but helps you rise. And that can only happen when you finally decide, no more repeats, no more cycles. I will not live the same story again.